This election season, political and artificial intelligence experts agree on one thing. More than ever before, AI will be used as a tool to spread misinformation.
The primary focus of concern is how AI-generated voices and deep fakes will be used to distribute calls and videos created to harm a candidate's campaign. For instance, just this past month in New Hampshire, robocalls with a clone of President Biden's voice were being used to discourage people from voting in the primary election. The calls were ultimately traced back to a Texas telemarketing company.
Tonight, 7 Action News reporter Sarah Michaels is hearing from voices across Southeast Michigan about how they've been targeted by intelligence already, how our legislature is fighting it, and what every voter needs to know.
Hi, Representative Cernoglu. It's your buddy Joe.
But it's not your buddy Joe. Artificial intelligence voice cloning is becoming more and more realistic, posing a very real threat to the upcoming election.
I really like your bill that requires disclaimers on political ads that use artificial intelligence.
How difficult or easy was it to create the recording?
The friend that did it, he said it took less than 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes. That's all State Representative Penelope Cernoglu tells me it took to create the voice clone of President Biden that you just heard. A clone that could potentially mislead people. Did it fool you? Cernoglu had the clone made to show Michigan policymakers when advocating for her bill package that regulates deepfakes and other AI-generated political campaign materials.
Someone could easily use the technology to have a candidate saying things that we wouldn't want to see a candidate saying out in the public space, and that the candidate in fact didn't say.
Cernoglu's bills pass, so now this election season, any political advertisement in Michigan made with AI technology must include a statement disclosing that AI was used. It comes as the Federal Communications Commission has been investigating AI-generated robocalls impersonating Biden, urging people not to vote in the primaries, but to save your vote until the November election.
No more malarkey. As my dad used to say, Joey, you can't believe everything you hear. Not a joke.
What do you guys think of that? Who was that?
It was Joe Biden.
What do you think?
Yeah, Joe Biden. Yeah.
Okay, so that was made using artificial intelligence. A computer made it.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Only close, not really.
Are you worried about AI and the spread of misinformation ahead of the election?
Who wouldn't be? Could happen.
Yeah.
AI is coming to us all, whether we like it or not.
Worried about it, yes. Initially, it sounds scary, absolutely. But I think it's unfortunately one of those things where, given the day and age that we live in, these are kind of progressions that you expect. I feel like the responsibility is still on the citizen.
And according to internet ethics expert Irina Raiku, more citizens than ever will likely be tested this election season.
We are in a situation now which is kind of a perfect storm. We have a year in which more than 60 countries are having elections.
Raiku tells me that across the world, voters are starting to be targeted by more and more of these clones. Some are targeted on social media and click share to the content unknowingly, spreading lies.
The social media platforms that have been totally inadequate at preventing the spread. And then we have all the users, all of us, who are not educated enough and who fall for them and who have this sort of trigger reaction sometimes to share things that shock us.
There should be laws that deter people from even trying to do that.
In fact, more are being worked on at this moment. Cernoglu tells me there's another bill coming through the Michigan Senate that regulates specifically calls using artificial intelligence that tell people where they can vote.
We don't want people to be misled and going to the wrong polling places or getting the wrong information.
Anyway, thank you and your committee for your leadership in the drive for more democratic elections. By the way, this statement was created using artificial intelligence.
So whether you're voting independent, Republican, or Democratic, it's up to you this election cycle to make sure that the information influencing your vote isn't artificial. In Royal Oak, Sarah Michaels, 7 Action News.